items? Seeing none, we'll move on to items from City Council. Start with Councilmember Taylor.
Okay, well, first of all, we've taken to correcting some things that we find in print. I'm sure the Rotary Board would be shocked to discover that I'm already a member of the Rotary, which I am not. I would encourage the writer of that information to just ask me. I'm right here. We know each other, and don't make stuff up. You can ask me, and I'll tell you whether I'm a member or not. So let's get that corrected. Went to the conference, new council members and new mayor's conference put on by the California League of Cities, and that was very educational, enjoyable. Glad I got to go. The big news in my family, of course, is that my husband has a new kidney, and it's working, and he's coming along very well. He had the surgery yesterday and able to carry on conversation and everything today, hooked up to many different machines and medicine, and to try to get him out to take a walk, is there are probably more people who, or fewer people on an African safari than he's needed to take a walk because of all the paraphernalia he has to drag with him. But he's recovering nicely. The donor is my brother's daughter, our niece, and she's coming along well too. So it's a wonderful, happy day.
Well, good.
And I want to encourage you all to fill out your donor cards.
And again, I know I speak on behalf of all of the council and staff. We're very pleased to hear the good news about the successful surgery of your husband, and knowing that the donor of the kidney is also doing as well too. Good. Councilmember Charamillo.
Yes. I've been reading from this book all night tonight, the Journalist's Guide, legal notebook written by Terry Frank. There's something that I think that some of the people here need to hear. This is under the arena of speaking to the press, and it has to do with elected officials. It says, the principal sanction for elected officials' controversial expressions is normally the ballot box. But in an unusual case from Georgia in 1960, a judge held the sheriff in contempt for publicly condemning a grand jury investigation ordered by the court into alleged Negro block voting. The sheriff had criticized the investigation as deplorable and race agitation, and said blacks would find it an intimidation tactic comparable to threats from the Ku Klux Klan. When the contempt citation reached the U.S. Supreme Court, it was struck down for want of any demonstration of actual interference with judicial processes. The prosecutors argued that the sheriff's office gave him a higher duty to refrain from attacking the courts, but the court concluded that even if the sheriff had been speaking in his official capacity, he was an elected official and had the right to enter the field of controversy, particularly where his political life was at stake. Then this is the important sentence. The role that elected officials play in our society makes it all the more imperative that they be allowed freely to express themselves on matters of current public importance. As far as the statements from Mr. Smith during public comment, there is something that I've been trying to get, and I haven't gone to the city manager with this yet because I would prefer having this come from the entire council. I'd like to have an actuarial study done so that we can examine the actual costs for varying types of CalPERS benefit programs. And we can bring that up at a later date, but I wanted to bring it up in front of everybody now. If we could get that placed on the agenda for consideration, I would appreciate it. Thank you.
Councilmember Cummings.
Well, I'd like to start out by thanking everyone who attended the budget meeting. It was really great to hear all of your input and to get the citizens involved. There was a really good turnout, and I was really happy for that. And I definitely take that to heart, everything that's said, and I know the council does as well. One thing that I've learned, that if you're going to be a politician this time of year, that you've got to love crab. The input I actually received at various functions has shown that the citizens of this community are concerned for the city staff. And I think that's really great, just everything that I've heard. And I really wanted to keep this on a positive note. but going along with Kaylor, the local press actually has made me have to end this on a negative one. In the Independent Voice, it stated, Dane Besnay has plenty of credentials and life experience. Although he has shown the ability to think outside the box, Dane's thoughts are mired in revitalization quagmire of old town associations. As with Coppice, he believes we should charge residents enormous sewer fees for unnecessary treatment of our waste. Now, I don't know where he could have gotten that information. I've never said anything about wanting to charge sewer fees. And if you continue to read, you see it's really just a fact pulled out of air to support his chosen candidate. So,
There's a reason they call that an opinion column.
Okay, Vice Mayor?
Why, thank you. I don't have anything negative to say. I do have one thing I would like to make clear, that we did attend the League of California Cities training session for new council members and mayor. And in that session, there was 3 days worth of scary stuff that came our way. Also, some very good things came out of it. We were able to talk to other council members from other cities, find out what their issues are, look and see large and small, and really a lot of the problems are the same depending on the area of the state that it's located. But we were able to talk to quite a number of people from all over, and I felt it was an outstanding, and I've been to a lot of training in my past life. I've been to sessions, and this was one of the best sessions I've been to. Thanks.
Very good. For those of us that did attend, I need, and the new council members, I need to share with you that when we attend these sessions, it is our duty to put together a written summary of what we did and the sessions that we attended, and then we give those to the city clerk and become part of the record. So I know all of us will be doing that. I have one announcement to make, and that is on January 20th. I interviewed 8 applicants for 3 planning commission vacancies. Joining me for the interviews were Councilmember Kaylor and our Community Development Director, Dave Dowswell. And as you have tonight sitting before council, I am recommending the appointment of the following individuals: John Stallnecker Sr. and Adria Thompson to fill the vacancies with a term expiring June 30th, 2010. And I'm also recommending Tiffany Wing to fill the vacancy with a term expiring June 30th, 2011. These appointments will be placed on the February 10th council agenda. If you have any questions, please let me know by February 4th when the next council agenda is distributed. So, having said that, any comments from the city treasurer? Nothing, thank you. All right. Moving on, we now have the approval of the agenda. It is an amended agenda, and I noticed then what we have added is item 12.1, which is a minute action approving staff prioritization of projects and directing staff to proceed with a request for federal funding appropriations, including a request to Senator Feinstein for fiscal year 2010 funding appropriations. Any other changes?
Mayor, just on item 9.4, we would like to briefly introduce our auditors that are here in the audience tonight, and I'll let them speak for a few minutes
We'll
on
do
that item
one. Okay.
before you take action. Thank you.
Hearing no other additions? Pardon?
Are we pulling something off the agenda?
Yeah, we'll get to that on the consent calendar. So at this point, I'll entertain a motion to approve the amended agenda.
So moved.
I'll second.
Moved by Councilmember Kaylor, seconded by Councilmember Coppice, to approve the agenda as amended. Sorry. Any discussion? Hearing none. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? So passed.